Buddy. Today we're going to continue reading from Shredderman's Secret Identity. I hope you guys have been enjoying the story, all about Nolan Bird and all of his uh, adventures trying to get Bubba Bixby busted for being the bully that he is. And he's working on his website. He's got his website, he's building it, and now we're on Chapter 7, Flip-O-Rama. I was crossing the street to school when I had an idea. Why just pictures of Bubba? My camera had a video clip mode. It took up a lot of memory, but who cared? What if I could get movie clips of Bubba Boy in action? Stealing stuff, shoving second graders, throwing food, live action reporting. Oh yeah. Also, I had to start being more careful. If I didn't want anyone to know who Shredderman was, I couldn't shoot Bubba in the classroom anymore. If my shots came from inside Mr. Green's room, everyone would know I was someone in class. Pretty soon, everyone would figure out it was me. Soon I stopped using my camera in class. Instead, I planned new ways to shred on him. I thought of a cartoon strip, Alvin and the Dumb Monks, starring Alvin Bubba Bixby and his chattering chipmunk chums, Kevin and Max. I'd get Alvin and the Chipmunks cartoons off the internet. There had to be some. Then I'd scan in Max and Kevin and Bubba from the last year's yearbook, shrink their faces, and superimpose them on chipmunk bodies. Add a few bubble shapes for their words. I was cracking up just thinking about it. But at recess, I stopped planning and got gutsy. I followed Bubba around. I hid between the buildings, behind the bushes. I spent a lot of time pretending to tie my shoes. I started listening to what other kids were saying about Bubba. I started listening to what he was saying to other kids. I took notes. I was a data collection machine. Then, on Tuesday, I got my interview. Kevin. What you doing after school today, Bubba? Bubba. Picking my nose. What do you think, stupid? Max. Oh, yeah. I can't come over today, Bubba. Bubba. Why not? Max. Mom says I have to work on my newspaper project. Bubba. Tell your mama to do your project. Kevin. Yeah, man. Tell your mama to do your project. Bubba. All you have to do is smile like this, see? Then sniff like this, see? Boo, hoo, hoo. It's easy. Get your mama to do your work. Max. Does yours really do yours? Bubba. You think I'm going to do it, that happy hippie assignment? Get real. Maybe I didn't have all the who, what, when, where, and why in it, but it wasn't bad, and I didn't have to ask him a single question. Then on Wednesday, it happened. I just sat down with my lunch. My backpack was next to me on the table. The flap was open, the remote was ready. Bubba walked into the cafeteria. He saw the teachers were busy helping clean up a spill and smiled. And I could tell from across the room he was in a mood for a flip-o-rama. He did it to some little kids. He did it quick. He put his fingers under the lip of the tray and flip, he tipped the food all over the little kid. Then flip, 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 flip. He went right down in the row. Chicken nuggets went flying. Orange slices splattered the floor. Jello was wiggling everywhere. And Bubba ditched out the side door before the teachers had turned around. I almost couldn't believe it. It had happened right in front of me. I was so excited I was shaking. I grabbed my backpack. I left the lunch, headed straight for the bathroom. By the time I saw Bubba standing in the bathroom sinks, it was too late. Max and Kevin were with him, so I was surrounded. I threw it in reverse and tried to run out the door, but Bubba grabbed me and said, "Hey, nerd, you come in here too much, you know that?" I kept my mouth shut. I didn't want him to hear me shaking. He could see it, though. "What's the matter? Gotta go?" I nodded. "Bad?" I nodded faster. His face was close. His breath was deadly. Max said, "What's the matter, nerd? Did Mama feed you prunes for breakfast?" Bubba looked at him over his shoulder. "It's Mama, stupid." "Oh, Your mamo feed you prunes for breakfast. Max shrank back. Then Bubba leaned his face over even closer to mine, saying, "Did I hear you say you're going to do my project for me?" I shook my head. I said, he grabbed me harder, "Did I hear you say you're going to do my project for me?" I choked out, "No," and tried to wrestle free. "Now let me go." He slugged me right in the stomach. I folded in two and fell on the floor, gasping for air. My stomach was in a giant knot. My chest caved in. I felt like I was going to die. Bubba stepped over me. Max and Kevin walked around me. All three of them were gone before I could move a muscle. It took about 5 minutes for me to stand up, and when I did, I didn't run to a teacher and tell on Bubba. I locked myself in the stall, dug out my camera, then I zoomed back through the movie clip and held my breath. Had I really caught him in the act? Had I recorded him flipping those trays? Did I get his face and the trays? My aim had been off so many times that I'd blown it again. But all of a sudden, I saw him on the monitor. Mini Bubba walking over, looking over his shoulder at the teachers, walking faster, then flip, 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 and he was gone. I looked at the clip again and again. I'd done it. I'd really done it. Boy, was Bubba Bixby going to be sorry he'd ever laid his hand on Shredderman. Chapter 8. Blast Off. I downloaded the Fliporama clip. No problem. I linked it to the homepage with a bully in action button. Didn't even add words. The clip said it all. Then I finished building a couple of other links I'd been working on. Lullaby for Bubba and the Green Sheet Goblin. If you clicked on the Lullaby for Bubba, you got a cheesy sounding keyboard playing Ba Ba Black Sheep, while the new words for the song scrolled over the background of Bubba's face. Bubba, bad sheep, throw him out of school. Yes, sir, he just breaks the rules. 1, he's a liar. 2, he's a pain. 3, he's a bully. Bubba's got no shame. Bubba, bad sheep, throw him out of school. Yes, sir, he just breaks the rules. The green sheet goblin linked a page where a flying green ghost with Bubba's face went in a circle around. Miriam Wimple, Ian McCoy, Danielle Duncan, your green sheets didn't disappear. The school ghouls stole them. Last but not least, I put a site counter. That way I could tell how many people visited shredderman.com. I checked all the pages over 20 times, and when I was sure everything was perfect, I followed the steps for going live. And then, with the final press of the enter key, shredderman.com was launched into cyberspace. My heart was beating really fast, and when a computer told me my site was now live, I sort of panicked. Had I really done it? Was shredderman.com really live? I shut down my computer. I went to the bathroom. I washed my face. It felt so hot. I looked at myself in the mirror for a long time. Was I Shredderman? I went back to the room and booted up the computer. The address box appeared. My hands were shaking as I typed in shredderman.com. I pressed enter. At the bottom of my screen, I saw the blue connection line begin growing. Next to it flashed website found. Then connecting, waiting, opening. Then there he was, streaking across the screen. Shredderman. Woohoo! I yelled, woohoo, woohoo, woohoo. A minute later, there was a knock on my door. Honey? I clicked off the monitor and tore open the door. It works! Your operation is a success? My mom asked. I gave her a bone crushing hug. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So now do we get to know what your project's about? I stepped back. No. Why not? Uh, you can't. Not yet. She frowned at me. Well, when? I I don't know. We stared at each other. Finally, she said, Nolan, I don't want you buried in your room all alone all the time. And you don't like that, and I don't like that you have secrets from me. You used to tell me everything. I know, Mom, and I will, but not today. She looked at me for the longest time. Finally, she sighed and whispered, You're really not going to let your dad help you with that project? I looked down. He really wanted to help you, you know. I nodded. Then I kind of shrugged. Parents aren't supposed to help. I know that, honey. But this is different. He just wanted to be involved, not do it for you. I kept looking down. I know your dad can get a little excited, and you don't even have to take his suggestions, but isn't there something he can do to be a part of this? I felt really bad. I felt bad. Really bad. I've been totally ignoring my dad. Actually, I've been avoiding him, wishing I'd never said a word about the project. But what was I supposed to do about it? If Dad knew I was doing my project on Bubba, not the mayor or the policeman or even his boss, he'd think I was being childish, vengeful, stupid. So I just kept looking down and said, I wanted to be a surprise. Oh, she said. And when I looked up, she was smiling. Uh-oh. What did she think I meant? Did she think I was doing something to surprise them? She nodded and said, I understand, then held my head and kissed me on the hair. And when she let go, she said, Say, did you have a growth spurt? Mom, I used to have to scoop way over to smooch your head. Mom, I'm serious, and you look taller. In the morning, I'm going to measure you. I smiled back at her. My mom has a magic way of making me feel taller. Anyway, do you know it's way past your bedtime? Again? I nodded. I am going. Good. I double brushed my teeth, even wiped down the sink when I was done. But before I could actually go to sleep, I finished checking the links on my site. They worked great. The site looked great. It was so, so cool. I jumped into bed, closed my eyes, and dreamed the best dreams ever. Shredderman dreams. Tomorrow, we're going to read the chapter Spreading the Word. I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm looking forward to touching base with you guys, and I will talk to you later.